Hey everyone, welcome to Collective Chatter. In today's episode, we're going to talk about San Diego Comic-Con because it's coming up. We're going to go over the Funko lineup, some Thrilljoy news, and Rokimoto as well.
Collecting is the way. Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collective Chatter. This is episode 137. I am Migs here with Charlie. What's going on? How you doing, Charlie?
Doing well. Excited to. I feel like the beginning of this episode is going to be like our old school
Oh my
big
God,
San Diego
yes.
Comic-Con episodes, but like you'll see it won't be the same, but it's still going to be fun to talk about it.
I know it's been a little while. This is obviously a thing we always do during Comic-Cons, especially with Funko being so big on this, our channel for the last couple of years. And, San Diego Comic-Con is this weekend. For those of you who don't know, obviously we'll be going on this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like the whole weekend. Yep. And we have a couple new people in the thick of things. Last year was the first time at New York Comic-Con where we got, Thrilljoy made their big appearance, and obviously Funko was still there. But now we got another one. We got Rokimoto as well, who's going to have a big, event and presence.
All the California boys.
Yeah, they're all coming out strong to put out their own little versions of things. But like I said, yeah, we will talk about a little bit about Thrilljoy. We did talk about kind of the stuff that's going to be coming out already for Thrilljoy, so not too much about that. Just a little bit about our thoughts on the event or some information that's kind of come out or leaked or whatever so far. Not too much. Rokimoto as well, because there are a couple products that are going to be exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con that we didn't really talk about yet, and their event, obviously. But we want to start it off old school. We're going to go Funko lineup. We haven't done this in a little while. It's not the biggest. We both, I believe, agree that it's not one of the best at all either. Maybe one of the worst, but we'll get into kind of just pop by pop and stuff and little by little what we think of it. Not too much crazy in-depth conversation with this, but you can start it off kind of just off the bat with one of the first pops that's coming out. We'll go through our little thoughts and then we'll run on to the next one.
Yeah, so first one, beloved movie and character. Yeah. We're getting Bing Bong Pop, and we're getting it's one of those quote bubble ones.
Yeah.
It's just funny, like that takes it away from me. I have never bought one of those for my collection. I don't really like them. It screams like, even though I'm an in-box collector, it screams that it's gonna break. Like, I can only imagine, like, my son loves this movie, loves this character.
Is it like connected to the back of the pop, or
I think
is it like
so.
Glued on or something?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both, but don't quote me on it. Guys, let us know in the comments if you have any of these in your collections, how they actually are, manufactured. But to me, it just seems like it's an accident waiting to happen to be broken. And this is a pass for me. Even though I love this character, the pop, maybe I would get it if it didn't have the quote bubble. I know that sounds strange, but I mean, it's cool, but I do not like this line at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool character, like you said. That's for sure. It's a good movie, good character. Take her to the moon for me. Okay, that's obviously like the quote, and he's like crying and everything. I mean, it's cool. He's like crying on the pop.
Yeah, it's very detailed.
Cool little detail. The whole quote thing, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's really necessary. I think if you have it on the box, maybe I was just about to say a little. That. Yeah, it's like, okay, that's cool. You got like something kind of that you know of, and it keeps a reason why you keep it in the box. But putting it on the pop, yeah, it does kind of make a little strange. But the pop itself, good job. It's also like fading away, like the design and color of it and everything. They obviously did do a good job of the actual pop, so I won't hate on it too much. But next up, big movie, obviously, coming out now, Fantastic Four, which also this weekend. So perfect timing for them to actually have a Fantastic Four pop, which we obviously know they have a wave and a line, but this one specifically is like the robot Herbie, which is obviously featured in the movie. And it's cool pop, decent details. I like the different eyes, the different colors, and they pulled that off really well. And this is one that's like kind of like perfect time if you're really into that movie, you're a big Marvel fan, etc. It's a good one to have as an exclusive, and I like that this one isn't with the rest of them. We usually like when they kind of do that,
Agreed.
so kind of a cool thing. But yeah,
I mean, I completely agree. I like that this is a perfect pop for San Diego Comic-Con specifically.
hmm
Like you said, perfect timing, and I love that it's, even though he probably will have a decent role in the movie, obviously
yeah,
not one of the main four, which just makes this a special pop, I feel, to be at the con rather than just be one of the commons that we'll just see all the time on a shelf.
hmm
So I think good job on Funko with that one. And then keeping up with the Fantastic Four, I actually think this is pretty cool. I know Migs doesn't, but we're getting a bitty pop of the Fantastic Four, and it's exclusive. Hey, you can't get any better. It's legitimately the four Fantastic
I mean,
Four
it's perfect that
character
it's
spots.
four. Yeah, sure.
So like in that aspect, I really do like it. It's interesting though. Part of me is like, will this be the last year that we get like bitty pop San Diego Comic-Con exclusives? I'm curious if what the new direction will
Seems like
be
they
on
love
this
doing that,
line.
though. Yeah.
No, I know, but I mean with the new leadership, it's like they've really doubled down on this. But we joke all the time. Like, I think it's a great idea. I always thought they should be in the space, but they kind of ultimately didn't really know what to do with it. And like we said, we see them on shelves all the time. It's like, how well are they actually doing?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it'll be interesting to see if this line survives the new leadership. But hey, this one was cool for the con.
It's probably been on some of the other ones, but I'm just seeing it now. Obviously, that we're like really looking into these things, but they have like that new QR code sticker on the box too. I don't know if you saw it on the top and everything. So it's really gonna be on all the pops, really. Next we
Who's faking
have
that though? Who's faking that?
no, I know, right? It's not Labubu's. Next we have Spider-Man. So this is gonna be sensational Spider-Man. So swinging, like it's in motion. Obviously, kind of a specific one. The suit is pretty interesting. We have so many Spider-Man pops, so I mean, I don't want to bash on it because it's like, yeah, it's cool if you're a big diehard Spider-Man collector, but I don't know if we just needed another one. Like, who knows? But
I
I don't know
completely
what you
agree.
think.
I mean, take the words right out of my mouth. Like, do we really need another one? Probably not. Like, if you're a big hardcore comic book fan, you collect all the different iterations of Spider-Man, then it's cool. But as like a common release for the con, it's not like this is like event only or limited piece. I think they need to stop doing stuff like this. We say it all the time. Like, there's a million Spider-Man pops. I don't think we need another one. This next pop, however, I'm positive and negative on it because one, I think it's super cool for X-Men 97. We're getting Gambit. And it's a very specific part of him in the show. I think this is such a perfect one for San Diego Comic-Con. However, this should have came out last year, San Diego Comic-Con, in my opinion, when that show was hype. It obviously could have been produced beforehand. It didn't need to. I mean, Fantastic Four is a perfect example. We're looking at that. The movie's legitimately coming out, and we're getting pops at the con. This is a year too late, in my opinion. I would have bought this a year ago. I don't want it. I don't have any interest in it now. I don't need it for my collection. So that is a little unfortunate, but that's just me personally. But it is a really cool Funko Pop.
Yeah. No, it's a cool looking one. Pretty funny. Like you said, it's perfect. It fits into the X-Men 97, the show, and obviously, like you said, yeah, the hype kind of was a lot bigger, obviously, last year and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how popular this one is, but it's not the only X-Men one. I don't know if you saw that. You swipe over, there's a couple, right?
So I mean, I keep going. So the next one is the Dazzler. I think this pop is super cool. However, it's just funny the way Funko goes. The Dazzler's been rumored to be appearing in a future project, and a lot of people have said maybe Taylor Swift or like Sabrina Carpenter would play them. Hey, that's when the Funko Pop should have came out, when the hype would be really huge. unless you're like a hardcore comic book collector, you probably don't even know who this is,
Hmm.
and you're not going to be interested in it. But it is cool, and I actually predict this ultimately could be somewhat of a grail in the future if someone like Taylor Swift was to play her. So that makes it cool, kind of. But once again, this is like a super hardcore niche comic book one, so maybe I can't really complain. I mean, it is San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and I
then
mean it's a diamond version too.
yeah,
So
which I'm not even clocking. That means we'll probably get a version that's not the diamond one.
of course.
But that'll be a common. So, and then we're getting on slate. I don't really know much about this character, so I don't want to butcher it. I'm assuming a version of Magneto. So
Yeah.
once again, kind of, it's interesting that we went to like niche X-Men comic book characters in the Marvel line, and then we got the X-Men 97 from the Disney Plus show.
The actual show, yeah.
But
Yeah.
all in all, it's like a pretty good Marvel line, I will say, for this year's San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. I mean, they're good. They're different. They're a little more unique. So at least we're not getting like another Wolverine or another something that we're kind of like, all right, we got enough of those. The X-Men 97 line, obviously, I mean, there's clearly a lot of characters, but it's a pretty big line. They've at least covered most of those.
Yeah.
Or different versions of them if they had to. But those other two are interesting because they are just two kind of completely different characters. And like you said, they're like the comic style that they're running with. But, you know, next we have a Disney Lilo and Stitch. So we do have Stitch actually surfing like on the surfboard. Cool, obviously big scene, clearly from from the movie. Song kind of ties to a lot of that scene as well. And we have a lot of Stitch, so I don't want to say like it was necessary or we needed it. But being on a surfboard, a little bit of motion, like that's cool. It is kind of like the OG Stitch with the forearms and like everything. So we don't have a ton of those versions of the Pops, I don't think. So not that we needed it, but it's on a Stitch.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just another Stitch. I find it funny though, for all the Stitches that we have in the Funko universe, there's been no Pops that were made for the live action movie, which you could have made them look different. They don't all need to look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I do find that weird.
Real quick, someone commented that the VHS version, I guess, it like looks just like this.
That's amazing.
So I guess we did already have this.
Now I need to look that up.
Yeah, someone put in the comments, I don't know if I've seen it or if it's the same one, but I mean, if it is, it's even crazier.
Yeah, more or less is exactly the same.
Yeah, surfing and stuff.
Yep. Surfing just with the two arms.
Oh, okay.
And it looks a little more updated just for the way the Funkos look now. Funko Pops. Yeah. So that makes it less desirable.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Next we have Danny Phantom Pop. It's Sam Mason. I'm not gonna lie, never watched Danny Phantom.
No.
Not my jam, but I do know when the Danny Phantom Funko Pop came out like a few years ago, that was a con exclusive. It was really popular.
Big deal, yeah.
This line doesn't really have many, and it's either this or that con exclusive, and then there was NFT versions from the show. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this one may be popular for a certain part of the fandom. So for that, I guess it's cool, just not for me.
Yeah. And same thing going on with the next one.
Yep.
Fairly Odd Parents was also a Pop 2-pack as well. That when that came out last convention that they had it was like huge, massive. They also had like the voice actors were actually there, signing and stuff. So like that was like a pretty big deal. But we're gonna get Jorgen von Strangle and Tooth Fairy as a 2-pack as well. So again, it's funny. My daughter's kind of recently started watching this. Like my sister-in-law like got her into it, and so she watches them randomly, like here and there. So it's kind of funny because I wasn't really like a fan of the show. I don't know if I was maybe too old when it kind of really came out. and I haven't seen much of it, but I've seen like pieces that, like if she happens to be watching something. But obviously, in the Funko world, like it's pretty popular. It's big. Anytime they've had
Yeah.
any of the characters, and especially when they're like multi packs, they're a pretty big deal. So this will probably be one of those ones that sells pretty fast and will be fairly popular. Fairly, huh? I didn't
Yeah.
mean that pun, but
Yeah, I mean, I can't really add much to that. I completely agree with you. This was one of the hottest pops, like we said a few years ago when they had it at the con,
Mhm.
because I remember its retail exclusive was that grocery store from the Midwest that
Oh
a lot
yes,
of
yes,
people were
yes.
complaining about that
That
they
made it
couldn't
even more.
get it. Yeah, it made it more rare, but super cool. And then we're getting another SpongeBob pop. So one is him cleaning, just holding multiple different items. Yeah, it's cool. It's another SpongeBob pop. It's kind of in the same realm as Stitch. It's like, how many do we really need? Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, it is. And then the next one, another popular, especially during cons now,
Yes.
pop, which is of course a One Piece. This is getting a lot of hype. A lot of people super excited about this, especially because this fits into like a line of other ones where obviously there's a lot of other One
Yes.
Piece ones with like certain ships and boats and stuff as part of the pop. And then this one is going to be Nico Robin in the mini Mary too. So we're getting like the smaller version. Obviously, we had the bigger one. We have multiple, I think multiples of those now, right? Like with
Yes.
the ships,
Yes, there's a few.
um, in the Funko Pop world. But One Piece generally does well, especially these types, which I believe this is technically considered a ride. Is it?
Yeah, it's
It's a pop
considered a
ride.
ride.
So pop rides and being One Piece and it's San Diego and it's obviously a pretty popular character and someone they don't have already. So this is going to be another one that probably will be pretty popular, whether it's online or definitely at the show, and maybe one that'll
Sell out.
resell for a pretty penny.
Yeah, I mean, I like this one. This will probably, it's funny. I'm assuming you're not going to be getting anything from San Diego Comic-Con. This will be the only one that I want to get.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the other ones?
I have
most of them
all besides the Law one that I think was one of the, because it was before I started collecting them.
One of the first ones, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a cool collection. I have really slowed down on getting any Funko Pops, but this one I would like to try to get.
Yeah.
All right, we're now heading, I guess, that the anime realm here in the lineup. So this one is a Naruto. Suzuki Paul Encyclopedia. I have absolutely no idea what this is.
No, it's just a cat.
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to be popular for Naruto collectors. This is just completely out of my wheelhouse. So yeah, I don't even know if necessarily it looks cool. This next one looks pretty cool, which is a moment of Sasuke. I once again don't know anything about this, but that one looks super cool. Do you know? You don't really know much about this, do you?
Let me see the second one. No, so I know that the last time they made a pop of that, like it was a pretty big. Because I think there was one that was similar to that. It wasn't like exactly like this one, but I believe
It was a
like
big deal.
pretty popular, pretty big deal. Everyone kind of went nuts, but like this thing looks crazy. Like it's a moment, so obviously it's probably gonna be a little bit bigger. But like
It looks cool.
the details on that are wild. I'm sure it's going to be somewhat translucent looking. Then the pop itself underneath, like the Sasuke one, I guess, whoever that might be. I don't know much about Naruto at all. Like his eyes and everything like that just looks crazy. So that definitely looks pretty sick. I mean, a lot of people so far on all of these, as I'm looking through them and looking at the comics and stuff, like all the anime ones, like people are pretty hyped, it seems like, for these. So they must be characters and stuff that like people really want. And I guess Funko's doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments right now, and our girl, the Scarlet Bruja, wrote in all caps, "Let's go."
Yeah. Tony has been very excited. It looks like for that one, even for the some of the other ones we spoke about already too.
You're
So
right. A lot of people are saying this one is fire.
a One Piece one as well. So those seem to be some of the higher ones. And I always do this. I did this last time too. We look at this. I always look at like what post has the most likes
Yes.
usually, and like that's one of them. The next one actually has more. It's 20,000 likes, which I'll
Holy
bring up,
moly.
which is a Demon Slayer one. And again, our boy Just James, no longer Funko James,
Yeah.
big fan. He said need Scarlet Bruja as well. Oh my goodness, this slays. Like people are like super hyped about this. Pops Up New York, NYC, Bootleg Mikey, like all of them are
They're like, yeah.
very excited for this. So obviously, if you're a fan of Demon Slayer, I think this is really cool because it's just like it's multiple pops. I always like when there's multiple pops. It is going to be a moment as well as pop moment. Tenjin with his wives, the new edition of San Diego Comic-Con. So like I guess that's him in the middle, and he has like 3 wives, which again, I don't know anything about this. I tried to start. I feel like I would enjoy this, and I should go back to it. It's just in a time where like I watch something and then I go into something else, and I never get back to it. But I did watch a couple of the very first episodes of Demon Slayer, and I did enjoy it. So it wasn't like I was like I didn't want to watch it, but I kind of just fell off, and I got to figure out a way to probably get back to it because I feel like that's one that I could see myself really enjoying and like enjoying some of these characters. I don't know much about them, but the fans are out there. They're pretty hardcore. So again, this is pretty cool looking. It's a funny situation of what it's supposed to be, him and 3 wives, but it's yeah, it's good.
I mean, I agree. It also just the whole design in general looks pretty unique. Like I don't feel like we really have a pop with this much detail with these 4 different pops like that.
Yeah.
And I agree. I feel like I would like Demon Slayer too. I just never got into it. But I also feel like the Demon Slayer Funko community has died down significantly because I remember at one point like these were the hottest thing around, and it will be interesting to see if this one does sell out. But like you said, I mean, it's got a ton of likes. So
yeah, lots of likes and lots of comments. People are really, really liking that one. So
now we're getting into our beloved DC. These are just. I'm sorry, we don't need these. We're getting 2 Batman pops. You know, just like they do with Marvel, we're just continuously getting more and more versions of the character in different comic book runs. And I don't think there's really anything special about these. And then we're getting a 2-pack that's celebrating the 15 years of pop of, the original looking molds of Batman and Robin. Batman's blue, Robin's green. They kind of have like a sketch design looking to them. And
yeah, it almost looks like a floor plan. Like when
yeah,
you're
it's
writing out like a
oh man, I used to give Funko credit for some of these outside of the box ideas, but I think these are kind of ugly. Though it does look like they're limited pieces. It says 2010 pieces.
Yeah,
which is cool.
It's definitely like a blueprint.
Year.
That's what it is, blueprint. That's what I meant. It looks like literally like blueprints with the lines and stuff. But I mean, interesting. They look like game pieces though, with that like stand that they're like on.
Yeah.
Like it looks like you're gonna play like Sorry or something or Monopoly or something with them.
Though I'm reading the comments though, which is interesting. I forgot what's popping craze. Who is the NFT King? He is saying, "Oof, that pop was one of the grails from DC Series 2." Yeah,
I was gonna bring up that the Azrael was one of the Batmans that you were talking about.
Yeah,
and that specific character was one of the what's it called NFTs. But yeah, I think it was a different color. I don't remember.
Yeah, different color scheme, but
color it was,
still, Funko really. I know some people disagree with us, but some people do agree with us on this topic. They really shouldn't be doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah, that part of it's like, but I'm looking like Kingdom Come is the other Batman, I guess, and a lot of people are excited for that because I guess we don't really I'm assuming we don't
Don't
have
have
that
anything. I thought
version.
we did, but
So I guess that one's kind of cool, but the Azrael one definitely I remember. Yeah, I don't know if you said this, but on the sketch looking ones, whatever, they're part of the like 15 years, right?
yep, 15
Yeah,
years, and that's why
'cause
they're 2010 pieces.
okay,
So,
yeah. And it's supposed to
um,
look like the OG, obviously original,
yeah.
minus
It
the
is funny
paint
though.
job.
Someone in the it's just fun that we're reading these comments and then making it part of the show because someone said something in here that's just so poetically correct. Where's the Superman Funko Pops? I mean, they did it right with Fantastic Four, but like, how do you not have a Superman? That's another thing. There are so many characters involved in this new Superman movie. There could have been a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but they just made all of them commons.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge mistake by Funko.
Not always the smartest. Next we have good old Huckleberry Hound because we don't have enough of these. Obviously, we also have literally this exact mold where he's holding a Huckleberry Hound. Like this definitely exists multiple ways,
Yeah,
but we're gonna get a 2000 piece and it's in glitter. Which who the hell asked for this? Nobody.
nobody. The only person who asked
People
for is
love glitter stuff, I guess, but I
here's
don't
the
think
deal.
we need this.
No one asked for this. This is I was telling you this before because I'm going to jump to another one really quick that goes with this one. Just add on. We're also getting a pop mystery, which I think the idea is kind of cool, and it's to celebrate once again the 15 years. But it is of Huckleberry Hound, and it's this exact same mold, not glitter, but they're all different colors, and they're going from, you know, the most common being 2,000 pieces all the way down to a 100 piece.
Mm.
I love the idea of it, and maybe it is because it's celebrating the 15 years of pop. But like, this is a Brian Mariotti thing. Like, I don't get why they're really making these anymore because I don't really think. Yes, there's fans, there's collectors of this, but it almost feels like they're doing this as like I don't know. Was reading like some people thought this was weird on the inside that this is kind of like an F you to Brian. I don't know. I mean, if that's even true, but it's just weird because like we have said this on so many old episodes. There were so many IPs that were made because we knew Mike and Brian loved them and they didn't care if you didn't buy them. They wanted to be made because they were cool. I feel like this is one of those IPs. Like this, he launched the very first ever picks was Huckleberry Hound #1. Like that is his guy. He's very well documented. He even made a book about his entire Hanna-Barbera collection that he sold a few years back now that came with a limited edition Huckleberry Hound pop. I can talk about this all day because I love Brian. I just think this is why is Funko doing this in their very limited space of
Yeah.
release this year. It's weird.
Yeah, it is a little random. I mean, they can make it, I guess, like, exist. It's not like Brian's the only
But like,
person
do
who
you think
can do
anyone's
this.
buying it?
But that's not even my issue. I don't care. Like the other one that you said was cool. Like you have color options, whatever. Like it's whatever. It's like my main issue is why do you put glitter on something that doesn't really make sense? We've said this forever.
Yeah.
Like this should be flocked, if anything. Like it's a dog. Like why is it glittery? Like the other one, the freaking character that Taylor Swift might play, whatever.
Yeah,
Like
Dazzler.
that being glittery in the the dress, like that makes sense. Okay, you can have a glittery dress, but a glittery dog, like that just to me is just weird. But I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll keep it moving.
Once again, yeah, we'll keep moving. This lineup just is not doing it for me or Migs. Next, we're getting a Jumbo Chan 500 piece Voltron, which is kind of comical because this is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for Thrilljoy this summer. But this is not needed. Once again, Funko's more than willing to make whatever they want, even though Mike's not there anymore. This is a Mike project. Unless you're a Voltron collector, completionist, I will even say, maybe not even collector, I don't see this moving. But I mean, it is 500 pieces, so you like to think it's going to sell out. But I don't think it's anything great.
Yeah, the 500 pieces is cool. It is like an interesting black and white, almost like sketch looking kind of
Yeah.
version, which is I don't hate, but
I don't hate it,
yeah,
but
it is like interesting to see who's really going to go after that. Then we got a Sonic. This is a Shadow, Buccaneer Shadow from Sonic, obviously, and just a like pirate themed
yeah.
version of Shadow. Nothing crazy. I don't think, whatever. There's completions out there, I guess, with Sonic because they make a lot of in the Sonic realm, but I don't think it's too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another Sonic pop. Nothing too special, in my opinion. Then we're getting more from, the Hello and Kitty friends. I don't know these characters. I'm not sure if you do, Migs, but My Melody and Karami. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. One's
Yeah,
metallic. They're
I've
both
seen
metallic
them in other
pieces.
like
Yeah.
around,
I
obviously.
don't think these are special molds. For all I know, they already exist to a certain extent. They're metallic. I think that's probably what makes them special. Not for me. Let me know in the comments if they're for you. But
Yeah.
these are
I
whatever.
mean, there's fans of them. I know that for sure.
No, yes.
And the metallic aspect of it kind of fits pretty cool. Like they both look nice and that like shiny. But yeah, nothing like at least I know what they are. I just don't really care for them. Versus this next one, which I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
Tank Girl. No idea. So I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure this is like a very obscure science fiction movie from the 90s.
I was gonna say it's an older movie because it shows 1995.
But I've never seen it.
It looked, it's funny. So someone like posted, because now we're just running through comments every time we do this, but it's funny. It's a couple people have posted some like GIFs of these.
Yeah.
And it's the girl from freaking Free Willy. That's why I know her as.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
She's I guess the actress or the one that plays the character.
I mean, it's funny. Once again, obviously we're showing right now we don't know much about this movie, but this pop looks pretty sick, and like this is the type of stuff I feel like they should be doing for cons. Like it's completely
it's a
random.
ride.
Yeah.
It's pop ride, Tank Girl. Interesting one. Definitely niche and random, but somebody out there knows about it, and some people are fans of this, obviously from the 90s. I'd never heard of it.
It is crazy though. One thing that you've really pointed out during the episode is looking at the amount of likes it has. This only has like 3,000 likes.
Yeah, it's one of the less. Which actually, it's funny going back even before. Huckleberry Hound only had 1,800. It's one of the lowest ones.
There you go. Thank you for pointing that out, making me feel right. The next
one though has a ton. Don't ask me why.
I don't know. It's just so funny. Maybe like we don't like this lineup because there's a lot of things here which just are not us. I have no idea who this is. Pingu. But people seem to be pretty happy about it.
Yeah, again, go to the comments. You'll see little gifs of this. It looks like it's like a claymation.
Is it like a meme thing?
Well, no, they have it looks like clips of it.
Okay,
multiple people.
I'm looking this up right now,
and it's like nose just goes like this and like moves all the time.
Yeah,
Newt it keeps saying. So it looks like it's like a really old. I don't know if it's old actually. Wait. Is this?
It's a stop motion children's animation television series that is from Switzerland.
Oh, it's stop motion. Okay. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So it's from the 90s. It ran from 1990 to 2000.
It's so
I mean, it's
random.
It's not American.
Very random.
Yeah. Very, very random.
People know about it and love it, I guess. It's got someone lot of likes.
Must have been like, this is my dream to make this Funko Pop. But I think it has international power here. But it's funny, like, this isn't even really part of the international.
What's also funny is like I always look at the bottom, like it shows obviously where it's coming from. Like, why does it say Joker? 2025 Joker. Copyright.
Also Mattel. Interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a new license in there.
strange.
Yeah.
Pingu.
But this next one is of pops that no one asked for any more of is the facet ones, which when they first came out, I know we thought were cool until we got them in hand. And it is for a Barbie Rockers one, which I mean, it looks cool. I'm not going to hate on that. And if you're a Barbie collector, it's pretty fun. But like, this is a 2000 piece, which is also cool. But like, I also find interesting the ones that decided to make limited. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say this one is worthy of that. But what do you think?
Yeah, and in like the Rockers line or whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever. 2000 piece. So it's
Keep it moving.
nothing crazy.
To your favorite.
Yeah, more biddy, which we don't need, but this one specifically is the Fun Force 4-pack. So this, of course, was NFTs, right?
Yeah, one of them. So
Funko NFT. Well, the Freddy, I think, was, and then that Fun Force guy, like the Fun Force
that
one and the
I
Mecha
think,
one.
yeah, I think that one's from the video game.
Oh, okay.
Which
So there's like two
so
versions
random.
of like the Fun Force. I don't know.
Well, one is Franny and one
is it?
Proto. Yeah. Which I don't.
So one's Freddy, one's Franny, and
yeah,
one's
Freddy's
Proto.
the only one that had an NFT pop.
Got it.
Which the other two haven't. So that means they're probably in our future.
And then, gotta have that cool little bitty city. The Land starter pack is going to be here, and then the Road starter pack. So you got two little starter packs here. The Land one comes with like a random looking little Freddy with like a top hat, and then the Road one has a Franny, like a firefighter Franny with a little fire truck. These can all stay on the shelves. I don't care less about these.
Yeah. I liked the idea of these, and I feel like I'm going to get my son one of these because I want to see it in person. Maybe not this one from the con, but in general, because I thought these were brilliant and they would be fun for kids. But the more I think about this line, it's giving me like model train collector vibes, who they build the city in their basement and it's there for them to admire.
Which, dude, it's so funny you said that. Which is clearly like a hot thing right now. I don't know if you've seen that guy.
Yeah.
That did the model of New York City.
Yep.
This guy started his Instagram page like 3 days ago. He's already got like 30,000.
It's insane.
It's like followers on there, and his videos are hilarious. He's so like dry, and he's been doing this for 21 years. And this is totally off topic, but check him out if anybody hasn't seen it. He literally he made a massive, with the amount of pieces, version of all of Manhattan, New York, all the boroughs, even Jersey, the bridges and everything, every single building that exists, which is crazy. So he's one of those guys that's sitting down there. It took him 21 years. It says he had to do like 100 something buildings a day just to get to he has 1 million buildings essentially, and they're all in like a storage right now.
Funko, if you're listening,
wild.
You should be reaching out to this guy to be an influencer for your new product.
No, not on the fucking videos.
But yeah, so I'm really interested, not to also go off topic, but to see how this line actually does when it gets in people's hands, because I don't think it's out yet. Obviously, very soon it's about to debut. But I think the idea of it is better than what it's gonna be in practice, but we will see. And now we have, I do not know this Pokemon's name. I don't want to butcher it, but we're getting a Jumbo Entei.
Mm-hmm.
These always seem to be pretty popular, I mean, I like Pokemon a lot. I'm more of a 151 guy. I've been trying to learn some of the newer ones with my son, but this looks cool. I also am not sure at scale how big this Pokemon is. Let me know in the comments. The one thing I wish Funko would kind of just start doing, like, if a Pokemon's big, they get the jumbo versions. They've made some in the past I feel like aren't worthy of that.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the newer ones have been jumbo, or the ones that are
Yeah,
in like the legendary world or whatever they call it now. Those type of Pokemon, like this, it looks like based off of someone put up a little GIF there. It looks like one of them. It looks like he's in there. He looks like he's a bigger.
yeah, I'm
Like he's a
looking now.
huge
So
like
he
lion looking
looks
thing.
worthy of a jumbo Funko
So
Pop.
that's probably why they have that, and
So
a lot
cool.
of them had fit into that.
But then they shouldn't make a small one ever.
Yeah, even though someone's saying I want this in regular size,
Because you don't
sorry.
have the space for the jumbo. So
Yeah, well, yeah, no, of course that makes sense. But this looks like it's definitely. It doesn't even look like Pokemon. I'm looking at these pictures. That's crazy. But one thing someone said, and we haven't ever brought this up, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole here or anything, but the way we have spoke about this actually a little bit, the way that they have dropped like Pokemon, the line in general has been pretty weird. Like in the beginning, we got a lot of like the base kind of stuff. We got a little mixture of people, little by little, not people, like different Pokemon.
Yep.
And then they started just kind of going random, and we get like a brand new one, and then they would go back to maybe an older one, and then we get some of these random like legendary style and all those and stuff. But it's always been like a weird mix. We don't have like the core original starter Pokemon, the 3 Pokemon. We don't have all of those completed yet. Like there's no War Turtle, there's no Blastoise, there's no Ivysaur or Venusaur.
No, I heard though. I think they're rumored to be coming out finally.
I mean, they should though. That's
Yeah.
crazy that they haven't. Like, we obviously
I
got
agree.
Charizard, which clearly is like one of the most popular, anyways. But like, why wouldn't they have just like me if they're gonna make
those first?
the big version jumbo, which they did, okay. But if they want to do small ones, but instead they're coming out with these other random pops, yeah. Or
They
like,
should have made them in order of
I
their
mean,
number
that
in
would
the
have been the smartest
Pokedex.
from the beginning, but nope, too smart. So I think there's only one
Yeah.
more, which is something that does go into the whole 15 years. It's like this new, what are they even called? Clamshell cases.
It's what they originated in.
So we're getting like DC wave here. So a Batman, a Robin, and a Penguin. And so I don't know. I mean, they're the original packaging, but it's like, why come out with it again? 2010 pieces of all of these, obviously because of the whole year thing. I mean, it's a better version of like those tin boxes, I will say, when they try to make that like a thing with the anniversary. So, like, it's it's screaming very like collector though. Like, people who collect old Star Wars figures and all, like, it's got the little hook to hang to put on, on the little pack. So it's screaming that, but I don't know. I don't know if I love it or not. I'm kind of a little indifferent. What do you think?
I'm indifferent. I've gone back and forth. I think the idea to do this was like in good spirit, but like I don't know. I know I'm very like a loyalist. People probably are tired of me saying it, but like the anniversary of this doesn't really feel as special as Funko not just being this like huge mass produced company that we joke now is a toy company, not a collectible company. I think this would have been cool. I think this would have been cool if Brian was the CEO still, but he's not. And yeah, I mean, maybe I do like though that it's a con only booth. You can only get them at the con. So that at least makes it feel a little more special.
Mm-hmm.
But I also only would have made one. I wouldn't have made 3. I'm trying to say to myself, if I was at San Diego Comic-Con, would I try to get this? And I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting.
So
at least they're trying something different, but
yeah,
that's what it is. But overall, not really like, I don't love anything. Most of this stuff will be on Funko's website, pretty much everything. Those clamshell looking things, one of the other Batmans, the metallic, my Hello Kitty, whatever, one of those, the facet Barbie, that Jumbo Chan. All of those are show only. Box Lunch is going to have the Stitch. Entertainment Earth is going to have the Pokemon. Hot Topic will have the other
It's
Hello Kitty
decent
or
amount, huh?
whatever.
Yeah.
GameStop's going to have that Naruto, one of those. And then Target will have a couple. But the rest are going to be pretty much online. So for the most part, online is obviously the bigger. Show only ones are, I mean, the clamshell looking ones, those make sense to be there. Those other ones, I don't even think they need to be show only, honestly.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's
That
kinda
makes no
random.
sense. There's other ones I would have made show only that would have made them cooler, like one of the Fantastic Four pieces. Probably. It's like, okay, the hype is going to be there for that movie. It's
Yeah,
going to
or the
just come out.
Huckleberry
Like,
Hound mystery thing. Like that could
yeah.
have been show only, you know. But let us know if you
Yeah.
guys are going to be getting any of these, excited for these. Obviously, a lot of people that we know personally and our fans, we've seen you all in the comments, so we know you're going to be excited for some of these. But let us know down below in comments some stuff that you might be hyped for. What are you going to try to go after, if anything? What do you feel about this con lineup in general, like as an overall lineup? And yeah, we'll keep moving to the next big company.
Just real quick though, for the lineup. I mean, since you've been a collector, I'll even say for myself, I think this is the weakest lineup they've ever had.
Yeah, top to bottom.
Yeah, top to bottom.
Yeah, I would agree. There's some like
cool ones.
There's some that I can tell, like if you're a fan, especially if you're an anime fan, there's a few on here that are definitely like amazing and probably make you more excited for this lineup, even if you don't go after any of the other ones because you may like those just that much. Not a lot of this really tailors to what I like as much or collected. Like there's not one single horror pop, which is interesting.
Yeah, there's not one Star Wars pop.
Yeah, and then even the Marvel one is like okay, or a few Marvel ones that they have, they're like okay. Obviously, the DC ones they usually do a lot of random DC stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not like super sold though.
You're making me yawn. It's so Borg.
Wow, look at that. But we'll keep it moving. We'll go to the next quick thing because I know we want to talk a little bit more about Rokimoto before we end here, but we'll talk about Thrilljoy quickly because we've said it already, kind of like the stuff that's going to be coming out. I think last episode, so we spoke a lot about like what was being unveiled and what's going to be coming out. Their lineup is stacked.
Yes.
There's obviously going to be tons of different new products that are coming out. There's going to be a mixture of San Diego specific Comic-Con ones. There's going to be some that are going to be coming on Hot Topic as like San Diego Comic-Con, like as for the con. And then the UCC, is that the name of the other booth that's going to have some? So all of that is kind of coming out during this like weekend essentially, and a lot of stuff. So they're obviously going to have their event, the block party event on Whatnot, on their Whatnot stream. Carissa did have like a stream showing off a lot of the stuff that's going to be coming out for their Comic-Con, and they opened up a lot of product on there. And then at the same time, she also was kind of like hinting towards some stuff that's going to be going on for the block party, and like they're going to have a Ferris wheel. Like it's literally going to be like boardwalk block party style, carnival types like vibes. So they're going to have like a Ferris wheel. They're going to have obviously games and things and tons of giveaways and things like that. So it does seem like it's going to be a pretty cool like event to be at. So we know a lot of people that will be going to it. So, you know, hopefully we hear some good things and we get a lot of videos and stuff over the weekend. I'm sure we will start getting a lot of that more information. But yeah, the Hot Topic exclusive stuff is obviously Jason, and then I think his name is Finn from Adventure Time.
Yep.
And then the UCC one is the animated Batman, the Beavis, the Voltron, and then the Animaniacs. Those will be like specific to those versus the rest of the Pix and Pixels and stuff will be more San Diego. Like we said last week's episode, the exclusive to the booth will be like the characters like Tux, Red, and the Blues. So those would be just specific to them, except for the the pixels. Those you'll be able to get like on the website and stuff. But yeah, that's about all we know. But like, I don't know if you want to kind of input on what you think about the event and things like that, because we obviously have run through the product before.
Yeah, I think overall at the con they're going to be the kings of it. I know we kind of joke how that seems to be where they have excelled a lot, and I just think their lineup is extremely fire. I think there's going to be people who this is going to be a true introduction to Thrilljoy, even better than New York Comic Con and what's been going on now, because they have so many different options. We now know this version of Pix is really strong. I've actually been seeing a lot of people on TikTok who are Funko collectors who never liked Thrilljoy, who are now like, oh, I need to get these.
Just a better version.
Yeah, exactly. This is a premium version of what we wanted in Funko Pops. They're limited pieces. They're giving us everything we want. They take up the same amount of space. You can be in box, out of box. Like I said, we've said this before, but it's now a more premium version of a Funko Pop. And so I think they're going to be awesome. And once again, the event sounds pretty cool. I think they're going outside the box. I think they're going to make it into no shade to the Fun Days experience. And, we've had multiple people comment on our episode saying how amazing that was. I think this event is going to be like really what Funko would have wanted that to be. Like Carissa has made comments like, we're not going to have the show. And I don't think that's any shade to like Mike's version of Fun Days, but like they clearly know that's not their strong suit. So they're not going to go with that showmanship stuff. They're just going to have a really fun California-esque themed party with collectors there. I'm sure there's going to be cool exclusives there. I'm sure they're going to do something crazy that no one knows yet. I think it's going to be a good event, and I'm hoping that it does well and they bring a version of it to New York Comic Con.
Yeah, I agree, because that'll be something obviously we would have a better chance of at least trying to get to for sure for New York if they're going to do it over here. Yeah, it seems very exciting. It seems like they are super hyped about it. There's a lot going into it, a lot of money, a lot of time, and they're really like trying to make it really big. And I feel like people won't be disappointed. People that go to it, I'm sure they'll be very excited. A lot of cool stuff. I'm sure there'll be a ton of giveaways. Probably announce a bunch of new stuff that's coming out. So like, I for sure can't wait to start seeing like some of the pictures and the videos and things that will leak, and the disc trackers of the world will start putting up, and our boy Thrilljoy Seeker and all them get all that information up there. But the one that we didn't mention, I did want to mention it because I think came out like maybe right after our episode, was the Bebop Rocksteady one.
Yeah.
So I was like one that they're also going to have. So that seems pretty cool. And then there's like a person, I did want to just count this out, but it's funny because you were saying about how Funko collectors have been excited for this. Is somebody, I don't know who it is, they put these look like bootleg pops on one of the comments of disc trackers, and it's like they clearly don't know
what they are.
Joy, they don't, and like I can see where they say that in a way, because the pictures that which I like the way they did it, but the picture where it's like which one do you want to get, I'm assuming this is like their checklist where they all are just individually out there. They're not in the boxes. They're not like, if you don't know them, you could look like sodas or pops really quick. So I understand that, but I mean, pay attention. Look at what
pay attention.
You'll know.
Another thing I want to mention too that is super awesome about their booth. No, just walk up. You wait in line. You don't need a lottery.
Yes. No tickets.
So everyone has a chance to get them, which I also appreciate. Now, I know they're not at the level, quote unquote, that Funko is, but I think we're at a point now where Funko could operate their line this way as well. They just choose not to, because it's chaotic with the lottery anyway and not run well at any of the cons. So another fan first decision. I really like, before we move on from them, it's just so funny. I don't know how familiar you are with the Savannah Bananas. I know that sounds totally random, but like their entire brand is based off of fan first. They make fan first moments. Their creator, that's all he cares about. He will wait in the parking lot and sign everyone an autograph until everyone leaves. I've seen videos of security telling him he's got to go, and he's like, no. Thrilljoy, even though they've had their, ups and downs, I do feel like they're really operating on a fan first level where Funko's just not anymore. So I did want to say that.
No, I agree. They're definitely, when we said it last episode, like, we really said a lot about them and their fan advisory board and what they're doing and how it's it's good for us as a community and for, everyone that collects. It shows that they really care and they're able to kind of do a lot for us and put a lot of stuff out there and put a lot of thought into what they put out there too, so that it's quality. So, we'll move on to Rokimoto quick before we finish up here. And Rokimoto, obviously, they're coming off a pretty big high from Anime Expo, which they just recently were at, and it was a pretty big deal. They had a lot of people that were up on stage and dancing, and looks like they were giving away stuff, throwing out their little protos and those little red bags that they like to throw out and stuff. And it seemed like they really were, the life of the party there. And I think the same thing's going to happen for San Diego Comic-Con. Two things. One, obviously, we saw kind of their booth and their design and what they did for Anime Expo. And it looks like it's going to translate over to San Diego as well, where they're really like pushing the whole like vending machine style.
It's so cool.
That's obviously a big Pop Mart thing, which we know, they're in that realm now of like, the mystery box items that you can get out of these things. And it's just a perfect way to show their products off and like have you grab them and, and have fun, and their artwork is all over these things. And like they're obviously, we know that they had started to come out with t-shirts and stuff, and a lot of those designs and cool things are all plastered on a lot of their like quote unquote looking like vending machine style. And there's even some characters that are on there. There's like an octopus that's on there. It looks pretty cool. The artwork. So I'm assuming like maybe that'll be something at some point, another character or whatever. But ultimately, obviously, we're getting a lot of their new waves are going to be start coming out. The big ones are like the Snoopy stuff, which we kind of have seen. So we know that Snoopy's going to start coming out. There's specific ones for Comic-Con, I believe, like the one with the puffer jacket. Yeah. We have the other version where there's a very limited like yellow like version. Like there's going to be a bunch of
they'll be at the UCC booth as well, which is funny. So you'll be able to get
interesting. Yeah,
Thrilljoy.
I've never heard of UCC before.
They're like a major like distributor. It's just interesting that they're having this bunch of like
and they're getting presence. A lot of stuff in there. Yeah,
like I remember they're the ones who had the Marvel Funko cards at San Diego Comic-Con that year.
Was it?
Yeah. Random, but
yeah. But then there's another line we're gonna get. I don't know if you want to talk about. There's I think 2 coming out of this line.
So we will be getting Astro Boy, and here's what I really like about this version of it. And I'm not sure if this is like a taste of the future, but we're getting 2 separate. I mean, we're getting 1 cup. And you can get 2 different characters in it. So you can get Astro Boy, or you can get do you know the girl's name off the top of your head?
Uran.
Yeah. So you can get either one of them, the commons or the surprises. So that's going to be the big San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Mike loves this property. I mean, he has said this has been his most favorite collaboration he's done so far. And it works. It looks so good in the style. So like Leo and Babu kind of looking. I mean, they are those characters, but they're in the Rokimoto like style. They're also limited pieces. I think these are super cool. Once again, sticking with Asian influences, he has not really geared away from that. I know Snoopy's not, but it's very popular in their culture, so that's why it fits. I'm excited for this. I want to try to be able to get one.
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, the regular Astro Boy obviously will be the most. So it's 5,000 total.
Okay.
The Astro Boy is a 2 and 5. So obviously it's like most likely you would pull an
Yeah.
Astro Boy, of course. And then the surprise, and then the Euron regular and surprise, all of those are 1 in 10. So you kind of have like a equal opportunity to get one of those three as a mix. Is 500 surprises in total. So it's a cool little thing that they have going on and how they are doing this. I do like that, he really is pushing stuff that he likes. Obviously, he did this with Funko with like the Jumbo Chain, I
Jumbo
think was
chain.
the
Yeah.
Astro Boy that he did. And he clearly likes this property.
Yeah.
So brought it over to Rokimoto. It fits perfect, makes sense. It does seem like this whole like eating noodles surprise thing is really gonna be the thing going forward with everything. At first, we thought maybe they weren't gonna have this, and they really are. Even some of the Snoopy ones, you're gonna have a chance to get like different versions. So it
Yeah.
does look like they are gonna go towards this route. I don't know if it'll always be this. Maybe with their original characters, they'll keep it where like just the original characters there, and then you can pull the surprise. Versus where these are like going to be, you can get one and get anything in there. You don't
It's
know,
good to have a mixture of both.
with like a rarity of stuff. Yeah. But like the Dreams event is obviously going to be a pretty big deal, and a lot of stuff that he's really pushing and saying, like even on this post, he put like dreams come true.
Yeah.
Always be creating. Like it's a big thing. He's really pushing like that whole thing. And this event, they've been coming out with a lot of videos, really crushing it on social media, like we've been saying since the beginning. They keep doing it. They're showing off a lot of products, sneak peeks of things. They're talking about how the Dreams event, you're going to be there in like pajamas, and like we don't know much about what they're going to be doing specifically, but we did get a little hint towards a character that it seems like will be specific to the Dreams event, or at least given out or sold or whatever they may be. And it's actually from a manga series called Kimba the White Lion. So that little, white lion character, which is a pretty cool looking character, is going to be. They've already shown it, kind of sneaked it into one of their
Yeah.
videos. There's going to be like a common version and a slur prize of that, and it's a cute looking little character, which totally screams the anime Japanese, like that whole like style. Obviously, it's a manga character, so I'm sure they're gonna have more stuff. There's just one little thing, but I kind of like that they've been pretty hush on like the specific event, so
Agreed.
that when it happens, it's going to be like amazing for the people that are there, and then we'll kind of just have FOMO sitting over here online watching
Yeah.
videos and pictures and stuff with everybody, because we do know a few people that are going to that as well. So excited to see kind of what comes out of that. But what are your thoughts on kind of what they've been doing? And
I love it. I mean, I feel like I say it every episode at this point. It's fun. I love the whole dreams aspect. I think it's cool that they're making a pajama party. Mike obviously is really about the experience and wants it to be extremely themed to the max. And I just love these products. I love that, one, they're affordable, they're cool, they're fun. I've said it multiple times, and not everyone is in the same scenario as myself, but it is something that I'm enjoying sharing with my sons. A 3-year-old and a 6-year-old both like them, and I don't feel bad about getting them for them, but I also like them too. And I feel like if I was to tell that to Mike in person, he would be happy and be like, that is kind of something that I was I feel like that is something he was trying to do.
yeah,
And he's doing it in like a very awesome way. I hope that they continue to grow and they are a little more widely available. Unfortunately, I know, like, I had someone message me, can you get these anywhere else besides Miniso? It looks like soon you're going to be able to buy them from Rokimoto.com. They tease that, which they did launch a new website coming out of Anime Con, which the website is awesome. So yeah, I have nothing but amazing things to say. Like, it's so funny. I really, really want to go to the block party. I like am really upset that I can't go to Dreams.
Yeah,
Like if I
that's
could
the
only
one
go
that
to
it's like,
one.
yeah, that's the one that I was also in the same boat. And like just seeing the Anime Expo and like what they were doing and just how fun it seemed and the hype and everything. I just feel like it's going to be even bigger, whether it's like what they're doing at their booth specifically for the con and then for the Dreams very specific event. They're going to give away a lot of stuff. Like they gave away a bunch of mystery bags of the Yuki, which is like the lion
Yeah,
with the
in the
different
chip bags.
colors and like those proto versions. Yeah, to those chip bags. So like they did a bunch of that. Um, those are cool, especially like those colors. Like they're kind of
They're
like
just so
proto
cool.
style, but they're like really cool. They do shirts. They even had plush. So I'm sure for San Diego Comic Con they probably will have some versions. Like we don't know everything that's coming out for
Yeah,
San
there's
Diego
probably more
yet
products we don't
for
even know
like
about.
posters, pictures, and things like that. But most likely everything they already have come out with is going to be there. So obviously the second wave of stuff like the Racer Leo will probably be there. The Mapache, which obviously is a new character that we haven't really seen in stores yet. A lot of that stuff is going to be coming out. So I'm glad you said the thing about online because that's the only thing I kind of wish we did have going right now is that like you can just buy some of these online
Yeah.
and then just kind of rip them open because I don't hate that it's been only at the store because it does kind of make it more fun, unique, and you can pop in there when you can. But now that we're getting a lot more of these, it doesn't seem like all of this would even be on shelves. Like my miniso's in a massive mall, and there's always only like a couple boxes of random stuff from the series one, the wave one. So with all of these coming out, like unless they dedicate a whole wall and they really put a lot of marketing product and everything into that. So far, mine hasn't really done that. So I don't know if like online, I feel like will help. But yeah, price point is great on these. They're fun. They're exciting. My daughter likes it. My daughter was singing the song in the car today,
My
literally.
son loves that song. It's like he
So
sings it all the
funny.
time.
She
He
was
will
singing it.
go, which is even more fun. He'll go, Alexa, play the Rokimoto song, and I'm like, it's not on there,
I
buddy.
was gonna
But
say, does he find
no.
it?
But another thing I wanted to mention since this launch of the website is, and I don't know how much you played around with it,
No,
there is a checklist on there, and it tells you the piece counts. So there's only 5,000 made of all the original line, and then the slurp
really.
prizes are 1,250 units. So these are a little more limited than we all thought in the beginning,
Hmm.
which I think is kind of cool. It's not why I collect, but um it's cool to know. It looks like that is like the main.
So you said that they hinted or said something about like how you'll be able to purchase to the website because right
Yeah,
now
so
you can't. It
you
just tells
can't, but
you
if
to
you're
go to
on, if you
Miniso.
go on the website and you go to store, it says collectibles coming soon.
Okay, yeah, because right now it's like figures available at
I'm gonna
Miniso
go with
stores.
I could be wrong, but they made a deal with them for exclusivity for X amount of time. I'm assuming.
Cool.
But I think once that happens, it's gonna be much more popular because once again, if you don't live in, a major metropolitan area, or I mean, I know there's a decent amount of stores across the country, but I even know like my cousin was really wanting to get in these and he didn't realize that we just got a Miniso opened up by us. But I don't think I ever would have known it until Rokimoto came out because I was searching. I was like, oh my God, one just opened. They're obviously only getting bigger and bigger, but he
Hmm.
doesn't have any yet because he hasn't had access to them. So it's like, I think they're only going to get bigger and bigger. And I think San Diego Comic Con is going to really help them even more.
Wow, it's kind of cool the little checklist thing because then you see like the rare limited edition, like the penguins,
Yeah.
the Mino ones. They're like 200 piece, 50. Like the
It's
pink
crazy.
one
And
is only
like
50.
the website is immaculate. I love the website.
The little colorful space. Yeah, these are cool. So yeah, they're definitely doing big things. They're the website just kind of amplifies everything for them. It's going to be cool to see. But like we saw that they're going to have that Kimba special specifically. I mean, they kind of hinted at like, oh, Dreams, whatever, like, which pretty much was saying they're going to
Yeah,
do it there.
exactly.
But it makes you think like, what else is going to be there? Who else is going to be like, special stuff that's going to come out? But it's going to be exciting. If you guys are going, have fun, enjoy.
Yes.
I guess overall, San Diego Comic-Con, obviously, fortunately, we have not been able to go there. We're on the East Coast, and we do go to New York Comic-Con, so that'll be the next big thing that we'll get ramped up for. But yeah, let us know some of your stuff that you're anticipating, like most anticipated stuff, or what you're excited for. Are you going out to the Comic-Con? What are you going to be trying to grab? Are you going to these events, whether it's the block party for Thrilljoy, the Rokimoto Dreams event, the Funko booth because they don't have
Yeah.
an event? Like, let us
They have a
know.
panel though. Let us know if you go to their panel. I'm curious
Yeah,
what's going
what
to
that's
happen.
going to be about without their CEO. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, let us know. It's a great episode. A lot of stuff that will be coming out in the next couple of days. So, best of luck to anyone who's trying to go on and buy stuff. And hopefully you get what you wanted. And hopefully if you got to go to San Diego, you have a great time. And we'll see everything online. And hopefully we get some good videos, pictures, and information so that next time we talk, we'll be talking about kind of how everything went. Hopefully it's all
Yes.
like positives.
And we
for a
should
lot
be
of
getting
these.
some firsthand experience on the pod. Someone's going to be coming on the podcast that's going to let us know how it all went down. But yeah, we're super excited. And like Meg said too, let us know in the comments if you are going to any of these events or the con in general. We would love to know what your thoughts are. As always, you can follow us at Collector Chatter and at Collector_Migs and at Collector_Charlie. If you're listening on the podcast platforms, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. If you obviously could leave us a rating over there, and if you're on Spotify, answer the poll that goes along with the each episode every week. But then obviously come over to YouTube, and if you're already at YouTube, thank you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Still really trying to grow. I know we've been around for a little bit, but we're still, trying to grow this podcast because we really believe in it. But I also want to, give a shout out to all of our loyal fans who have always been with us since day one. We really, really do appreciate that. Then also, with that being said, if you just like this video, like I said, shoot some comments and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. With that being said, everyone who's going to San Diego Comic-Con, enjoy. And if you're trying to get some stuff online, good luck with that. Until the next episode, collecting is the way. Later, everyone.
Peace out, everybody.